everybody. Welcome back to the Speakeasy.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. And apparently we're sucking. There we go. Also, we kind of got away from featured whiskeys and cigar reviews, but I left it out here, so featured whiskey art bag.
It's nice.
It is a solid smoky whiskey.
Check out our review of it in like 8 to 10 weeks.
No, we're pretty far ahead on cigar reviews, too.
Are we? Oh, okay. Well,
we didn't do that by reviewing a bunch of cigars at once, though. I just quit doing Friday uploads every now and again.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I should know that.
Sometimes it was because I was too busy, and then eventually I realized, hey, this is one way to stack up, and we're not really dipping heavily in viewership because of it. So I stacked us up a little bit so that if we have something going on, we're good. But we're here today to review the Manowar Ruination, which is a Maduro.
I'm really liking this so far.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to throw that out there.
This thing, when I looked it up, not only did it say it was a full-bodied smoke, I've never had it before this, it was all the way. Like, they give you those little meters, it was all the way up. However, what I expected from that was what I got from the Manowar Maduro Perfecto, and what I got was less spicy up front. But good. Now, this is an AJ Fernandez blend, so of course,
Yeah.
this dude's bad cigars are still 5s.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing I've ever had from him was still something I would not turn down, if given.
Which one was that? Was that the Diesel Rage?
Yes, the Diesel Rage.
I liked it.
Yep.
I liked it well enough to trade a Manowar Perfecto Maduro for.
I thought you were just being nice to me.
I also hadn't had the Perfecto Maduro yet.
Oh. Oh.
No, I did that twice. And
The second time you had.
yeah, it was okay.
It's not the best comparison, but yeah, I get you. This one is pretty solid, though. It is a blend of Cuban seed Nicaraguan and Honduran longleaf Ligero fillers. And the wrapper is a Habano Ecuadorian Ligero. We haven't gone over Ligero. We'll do that a little bit later in the video.
Cool.
The second half of the
I
cigar.
was going to ask you about that.
Yep, I knew you were. That's why I said it, because I saw the inquisitive look on your face, and I was like, don't ask me now. I want to save it for later. Last time, I blew my whole load up front. Didn't have much for the back half of the video. Matters.
The back half matters.
One thing...
Hashtag the back half matters.
I was just going to say hashtag the back half, but now that I see what you're doing, yes, very much that. I joined a group that very much culturally is different from my normal circles called Donk Lives Matter. Because a donk is a gangstered out version of a 1971 through 75 Impala or Caprice. Or the Oldsmobile equivalent. And...
Delta?
Yeah. And I joined it because it was a bunch of people posting pictures of Impalas, and sure, some of them have stupid rims on them, but man, they are sexy.
That's one really cool thing about when people do the big 22s or whatever on their classic cars is that's only 20 nuts to put a regular size wheels back on that bitch.
And you're going to be able to sell those wheels by regular rally wheels and tires for what you sold those wheels for, and probably still have some left over.
Yeah. So, which is cool.
And some other guy's going to be happy that he just got like 22s or some shit, so... I don't know how that made it into a cigar review, but here we are.
I don't know. Well, but on addendum to the donk thing, it's funny because that's something I call my dog. I think I was like half lit one night and just called him Donk.
That is...
Oh! No, I just watched, they did a fake Crocodile Dundee new movie coming out.
Oh, that looked so good.
And I, Donk. And his friend was Donk. And it kind of stuck in my brain for some reason. Like, I still probably have lit, so...
Yeah, my dad had a 72 Impala that I am particularly sad that due to financial situation at the time I had to get rid of.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a story for another day, though.
Yep.
One thing I was excited about when I looked this cigar up is one of the tasting notes, although they said it faded into it later, was charcoal. And I was like, man, this thing is going to punch me in the mouth. It does, however, maybe that's what that smell was. When I started lighting it, I said, dude, smell that. It smells like a steak.
Yes.
And I'm also getting black tea on the smoke, which is weird. I've never had that before. I've gotten it on a dry puff before I lit it. But never while I was smoking it did I get black tea.
Yeah, that is definitely weird.
You also get wood notes?
Yeah, but
How
it's
about
not the
you?
normal cedar.
No, it's like an oaky note.
Yeah. Hardwood.
Don't worry, we've licked like 17 kinds of wood just to be able to tell you which wood it tastes like. And that includes human wood for science.
Please tell me you saw what I was doing out of the corner of your eye.
I didn't.
I was doing this. And you said human wood, and I'm just like,
oh, that's awesome. One of the reasons we work well together is we can be on the same page without communicating verbally. Apparently, sometimes without even looking at each other. One thing that used to drive our women nuts back in the day was that we could have a conversation across the room without speaking at all. We'd both just start cracking up about some joke that we just told that was somehow indirectly related to what just happened, except nobody said a word.
people typically refer to soulmates as their significant other. We're definitely going to get some gay hate on this one.
Yeah!
We're not gay, I promise.
Oh, man.
I'm married to a woman.
Fuck off. I'm married to a woman, too.
Yeah. You are.
One note that they listed on here that I'm not getting, because I am getting wood notes and leather notes, is they said toast. I'm not getting toast at all.
No, I don't get any fucking toast. At all.
Ever. Like, give me the toast!
God, I miss toast.
He has an actual gluten problem, so, like, can't even have very much beer gluten problem. Which, I guess, if you like our channel, is a good thing, because that's how we ended up here.
Yeah.
But, still. I suppose it's all for the first half. We've got some stuff for the back half that we'll come back to. I'm going to start putting in a little card that's like the back half for the second half of the video.
Yes.
I haven't actually cut any of the videos where we're cutting it into 2 segments yet.
Okay.
So I can do that even on the very first one.
Nice.
But they're not going to see it until this one. That'll give you an idea of the stagger. It's a 6-week stagger, I think, right now on cigar videos.
Wow.
8 on whiskey.
8 on whiskey.
Probably 9 now. 10.
10. Yeah, 10.
But we won't review whiskey for probably like another 2 or 3 weeks till we get paid again, so.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back in a minute. I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Alright, so we're back.
Yes, we are.
Quick thing, because we don't know how to start a video or end a video without doing that, and I swear I'm not drunk yet, even though I just almost fell over. There's a stool behind me. So, I did notice a flavor change. It's much more potent and coats your mouth much more heavily, starting about halfway through. It's very spicy, and I do notice that charcoal note now.
But it's not, as we were discussing right before we turn on the camera,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as pleasant of a charcoal, like a steak over charcoal. It's just like charcoal.
Yeah. I don't know what fell, but we'll work with it.
Like actual charcoal.
Yeah, like you either rolled this thing in a bed of charcoal, or you put it high up above flame and then just like charcoal smoked it for an hour.
Not necessarily unpleasant. It's just...
It's not what I expected when I read charcoal.
Yeah.
It's literally almost like what I would imagine chewing on charcoal tastes like. But the biggest difference I noticed in this cigar is how heavily it feels like it coats my mouth. There's only been a couple others like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavier than the triple Maduro coats my mouth, but less than the manowar Maduro Perfecto did.
We definitely put this one under the Perfecto Maduro.
Yeah. Before we get to a rating, though, the term I wanted to talk about in this video, we've already talked about what a Cuban seed Nicaraguan is, which is literally just, they took the seeds from Cuban tobacco plants, planted them in Nicaragua, and they grew there. And Ligero is a new term for this video. And it turns out, because it's Spanish, it's not actually pronounced Ligero like it looks. It's pronounced Ligero.
Ligero.
Yes. So, Ligero tobacco leaves are the topmost leaves of a tobacco plant.
Okay.
Tends to mean they get the most sun.
Uh-huh.
They mature more slowly than the ones at the middle or the bottom. And they tend to have a more coarse texture and spicier taste. They're usually used for like very full-bodied cigars. It also tends to burn a little slower than the bottom leaves of a plant. So they tend to smoke a little slower for that reason. Which makes sense because this was the Torpedo, which I think has similar dimensions to a Toro, but it's burned like at least as long as a Toro, and it looked shorter in the box.
I've never timed how long it takes me to actually smoke.
I just guesstimate.
I usually lose track of time completely.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just like stepping out of the world for a little bit. I really appreciate that about smoking cigars. That is one of the big advantages to it. Is it winds me down because it takes me out of what's going on, and I can just think about the cigar and usually the whiskey I'm sipping as well. Sounds like Def Seth finally woke up. This cigar is good. We braided it below. We said, it's not as good as the cigar that we're probably going to make Cigar of the Year, but it is a solid cigar that I wouldn't mind keeping around in my humidor regularly.
Oh,
now,
for
the
sure.
way I buy cigars, I don't buy one cigar. I tend to buy sets, so I have variety.
Mm-hmm.
Like samplers and stuff. Just because I love to try all kinds of different stuff. I rarely buy a bunch of one cigar. The last cigar I did that with was Fat Bottom Betty.
Yeah.
And that was just because that one chick didn't want to open the box for us because she didn't know if she could at the shop. And
Yeah.
so I bought the whole box. I still think I would rate this at... I'm grading it on... I had to remind myself of the curve that we introduced because of AJ Fernandez, and therefore I give it an 8.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to give it a 9. It's just AJ Fernandez constantly punches so high that we had to bump everybody down.
Yep. Just completely in tune today, so.
8 for you too?
Yep.
Yep.
And this pairs phenomenally well with Ardbeg 10.
It really does. Though, the first few puffs did also pair well with Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for you today, though. Got anything else?
Nope.
Alright, till we see you again, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
And we are the Dirt Road Men. Hey everybody, if you like this video, hit a like or dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out over on Facebook where we post every day.